Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for tonight's edition of the Epic Basketball League. My name is Dave Little, and I am coming to you live from the Dave Cave as we take a look at Silver Division action between the Phoenix Suns and the Detroit Pistons. On the screen right now, you can see the standings. I've got those blown up as we wind down the action in our 20-game league. And for those of you who have followed this league, you know that this is a relegation league, 3 divisions. And at the end of each regular season, there will be 2 teams that move up and 2 teams that move down between each of the divisions prior to heading into the playoffs, which involve all of the teams. As you recall, the playoffs start with the bronze division, and the 2 teams that come out of the bronze will move up to the silver division, the silver tier of the playoffs. 2 teams will come out of the silver tier into the gold tier playoffs, where the champion will be crowned. So the higher tier you play in, the better chance you have of winning a championship. As you can see in the bronze tier, Boston is running away with it. Buffalo and Portland are neck and neck for the second place spot, which would lead to promotion into silver division play for 73-74. In the silver division, we've got Phoenix and Atlanta well on their way to moving up. Philadelphia and Detroit are battling it out for the 4th and 5th spot, which would be the difference between surviving another year in the silver division and dropping back down to bronze. So this is a really big game for the Pistons, as they are just a half game behind Philadelphia now, and looking to even that up as we head into the final game of the season. And of course, up top, the Los Angeles Lakers have taken over first place in the gold division, a position that was held by Golden State for most of the season. But the top 3 teams have clearly separated themselves, with the New York Knicks looking pretty comfortable to come in 4th and maintain their gold division status for next year. Interesting year for New York in the sense that they were the NBA champions in 72-73. But they are just at the 500 mark here heading into the playoffs. So they will have a tough opening round matchup, probably against Chicago, and then they'll have to battle it out with the big boys if they are going to win the championship in the Epic Basketball League and replicate what they have done in real life. So tonight it's going to be Detroit and Phoenix. We'll take a look at Phoenix, who is the top of the silver division, and they are led by their sensational second-year man out of North Carolina, Charlie Scott. He is their point guard. He is an all-star and finished the 72-73 NBA season at 25.3 points per game and 6 assists. They've also got Neil Walk and Dick Van Arsdale among the league top 25 scorers. So Phoenix has a good team that they will put out there tonight. Detroit has some talent. They've got Big Bob Lanier at the center and Dave Bing at the point. Lanier 10th in the league in scoring at 22.6. Bing is close behind at 21.9 points per game. Bing also in the top 5 in the league in both assists and steals. So Detroit, this is a very important, a must-win game for the Pistons if they're going to stay out of Bronze Division purgatory in the upcoming season. So we'll see how the Pistons will fare tonight, as they will be visiting Phoenix for tonight's ball game. And here are your starting lineups for the Pistons. Of course, Dave Bing is your point guard. He'll be joined in the backcourt by John Mengel, 2 years out of Auburn. Stu Lantz, the Fifth-year man out of Nebraska is your small forward tonight, with Curtis Rowe, a very solid second-year man out of UCLA, at the power forward. 16.1 points per game for Curtis Rowe in the 72-73 NBA season. And, of course, Big Bob Lanier at the center position. Detroit coached at this point in the season by Ray Scott. Both these teams failed to make the playoffs in the 72-73 NBA season. For the Phoenix Suns, Charlie Scott is your superstar point guard. And he is joined in the backcourt by Dick Van Arsdale. At the forwards, we have Corky Calhoun, the rookie out of Penn. And Lamar Green, fourth year out of Morehead State, is your power forward. And, of course, Neil Walk, the superstar out of Florida. 6'10", 250. And in the 72-73 NBA season, he put up 20 points a game and 12 rebounds. So those are your starting lineups for tonight. And I think we're ready to for action as we head to the court here in Phoenix at Veterans Memorial Coliseum. The Suns coached by Jerry Colangelo, who took over midseason in Phoenix. The opening tap is controlled by the Suns, and they will get things started on the offense with Charlie Scott at the helm. And Scott is working on Dave Bing on the outside. Bing, a very fine defender. Scott is going to try to attack the basket. Can he get around Bing? He's cut off by Lanier in the lane. The shot by Charlie Scott is too strong off the rim, and Lanier takes the rebound. Quickly, a 3-on-1 opportunity for Detroit going the other way with Bing. Bing dribbles down the center of the court. He's got Van Arsdale on his hip. Bing steps around Van Arsdale, lays it up, and good.
Bing.
Coast to coast for Bing after taking that outlet pass. And Detroit has tallied the first basket of the game. 2-0 Detroit. Phoenix now is going to look inside to Lamar Green. Doing battle on the low block against Curtis Rowe. Green steps around Rowe. His shot is no good. Calhoun comes down with the rebound for Phoenix. Calhoun on the putback attempt is called for the offensive foul. So we'll go the other way. Calhoun didn't like that call. Neither did Jerry Colangelo, but the referee's opinion is the only one that matters. Detroit basketball with Bing. Setting up in the half court. Looking to distribute, finds Lance on the outside. Here's Lance with a shot from the rim. It is offline. No good, out of bounds. Basketball will go to Phoenix. Back the other way come the Suns, moving from left to right on your computer screen as they trail 2-0. Charlie Scott with it now, dumps it inside to Corky Calhoun. Calhoun works his way into the paint, dribbles with the left hand, fakes, shoots, goes under the basket. The reverse layup is no good. Offensive rebound taken down by Lamar Green for Phoenix. Green on the putback attempt over Rowe is up and good. The score is 2-2 now. First minute of the game gone by. Detroit now with the basketball. Once again, they're going to look to Lance on the outside. This time he dribbles to his left. On the baseline, runs into Calhoun. The layup is good, but it's waved off, and Lance is called for the offensive foul. Phoenix now back on the attack. Once again, they look inside to Calhoun. Working on Lance in the middle. Shoots and scores. Corky Calhoun with his first 2 points of the night. Here's Mengelt with it on the perimeter. Mengelt will let it fly from 17. It's too strong. Rebound high up in the air, taken down by Neil Walk for the Suns. Suns are going to walk it back the other way. And the ball now is in the hands of Charlie Scott. He looks to distribute. Top of the key. Sends it to Van Arsdale on the baseline. The baseline jump shot by Van Arsdale is offline, but he is fouled by Mengelt. And it will be Dick Van Arsdale going to the line for 2 shots. As Dave Gardner says, let's go Phoenix. Yeah, thanks for coming over, Dave. Don't worry about, whatever you want to broadcast on a Friday night. My typical routine is to come home from work. I usually grab a cat nap, and then I turn on YouTube and I see who's out and about. On most Friday nights, it is RJL518 doing a baseball game, and I just watch the end of the baseball game and then fire up the channel. And on tonight, I was happy to see the end of your hockey game, which was fun to watch and fun to reminisce about my time in the Cleveland area. And now we are on with some basketball, so thank you for dropping by. Let's see. Van Arsdale hits 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. Phoenix goes up 5-2, and Detroit has the basketball on offense. Bing has it out on top. He's guarded by Charlie Scott. From the free throw line extended, he pulls the trigger, and it rims around and out. Tip up by Lance, no good. Lanier grabs the offensive rebound. Lanier on the putback has it swatted by Neil Walk. Very nicely done by Walk, but Lanier grabs it on the rebound, working hard. Lanier puts it back up. That's no good. Stu Lance comes over from the weak side to grab the offensive board. And Lance puts it home.
Lance.
Solid effort by the Pistons on that play. You can tell that they are a team that is playing with a sense of urgency, as they garnered 3 offensive boards on that possession before Lance finally put it home to bring Detroit to within 5-4 as Phoenix sets up the offense. They get it to Van Arsdale on the wing, guarded by Mengelt. It's knocked away. Van Arsdale gets it back. His shot falls short, but the offensive board is taken down by Corky Calhoun. Calhoun for Phoenix with the putback attempt. That's no good. And the long rebound comes out. It's tipped around by Van Arsdale and finally taken down by John Mengelt for Detroit. The ball's in the hands of Bing. Bing working on Charlie Scott. Fakes right, goes to his left, gets into the lane, but he is fouled by Neil Walk on the reach-in.
Foul is on Walk.
First foul of the night against Phoenix. The first team foul. They had a previous offensive foul that does not count toward the team totals. So with 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter, it will be a side out for the Pistons as they attempt to recapture the lead. Stu Lance to inbound. And the pass goes to Mengelt on the wing. Mengelt and Dick Van Arsdale working against one another. Mengelt tries to get it back out to Bing, but Charlie Scott steps into the lane and makes the steal. Another possession for Phoenix. Van Arsdale from the wing puts it up again and finally nails one.
Dick Van Arsdale.
First field goal of the night for Dick Van Arsdale makes it a 7-4 lead for Phoenix. Here's Bing coming back the other way, working on Scott from the free throw line. Bing shoots and scores.
Bing.
4 points now for Bing, make it 7-6. Phoenix with the lead and the basketball. Here's another outside look for Van Arsdale. Steps around the screen, gets an open look, and delivers.
Dick Van Arsdale.
Assist number 2 on the night for Charlie Scott. Phoenix ahead 9-6. As we come back to Detroit, they get it to Rowe. He's out on the baseline. He tries to get it inside to Lanier. The pass ends up with Bing. Bing gets it inside to Lanier. We've got a whistle, and Lanier pushed off. That's an offensive foul, and another possession for Phoenix as the Suns currently lead by 3. Motion offense for Phoenix. The pass goes to Green on the baseline, but that's behind him and out of bounds for a turnover. Ball goes back over to Detroit. 7.5 minutes to play here in the first period. Detroit trails by 3. As the Pistons work the ball inside to Lanier. Lanier and Neil Walk working once again down on the low block. That'll be a good matchup tonight. Here's a terrible pass by Lanier out of bounds to Phoenix. Both teams not taking good care of the basketball here in the first period. Phoenix back on the offense. They lead by 3. They've got another open look for Van Arsdale on the outside. Very active in this game. That shot is no good, but we've got a whistle, and this time he is fouled by Lance.
Foul is on Lance.
That is 2 fouls on Lance.
Second team.
That'll send Van Arsdale back to the free throw line and most likely send Lance to the bench with the 2 early fouls. As we say good evening to Philip Reynolds.
Arsdale made the free throw.
Philip doing some football, I believe. Do tell us more in the chat room about your football project, Philip. We'd love to hear about that. Van Arsdale hits the first free throw. And with that, the horn sounds for Detroit, and into the game is Fred Foster, 5th-year man out of Miami of Ohio. Is Foster. Second free throw by Van Arsdale is good.
Van Arsdale made the free throw.
And that puts Phoenix on top 11-6. 7 minutes to play in the first period. The ball goes inside to Curtis Rowe. Seeing his first inside touch tonight. As he works his way into the paint, puts it up with the left hand off the glass, off the rim, no good. Rebound taken out of there by Lamar Green. Green with a quick outlet to Charlie Scott, and the Suns will run. Scott dribbling to his left. He's got Van Arsdale on the wing. He dumps it to Van Arsdale. Van Arsdale sends it to the trailer, who is Calhoun. It's knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Calhoun. Basketball goes over to Detroit as Phoenix is unable to convert on that fast break opportunity. As the Fast Drive Football, 8 teams using friends from YouTube. This coming week will be week 7. All right. We'll keep an eye out on Philip Reynolds' channel for some Fast Drive Football action. Detroit with the basketball now trailing by 5. The ball now is in the hands of Mengelt working on Van Arsdale. Here's Mengelt from the wing. Has it knocked away and stolen by Van Arsdale. 3-on-2 for Phoenix going the other way. They're going to try this fast break thing again. Charlie Scott, a very capable point man on the fast break. He dumps it to Van Arsdale driving the baseline. Van Arsdale lays it up and good. And that is 9 points early in this one for Dick Van Arsdale as he is lighting up the Pistons here in Phoenix Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Just into the game, Fred Foster gets his first touch. He's going to put it on the floor against Calhoun. Dribbles into the lane, dumps it off to Mengelt. Mengelt back to Foster. Foster stops and pops. It's too strong, but Lanier takes the offensive board. Lanier tries to go back up with it. It's knocked away and stolen by Lamar Green. Detroit struggling to score as Phoenix is out on top 13-6. Charlie Scott with it, and he tries to drive on Bing, and he's called for the charge. So both teams not performing well offensively. We just about reached the midway point of period number 1. Phoenix shooting 46%, not bad. Detroit with a miserable start, 3 for 10 from the field and 6 turnovers. Detroit now with the basketball as Bing tries to get something started. He's got it on the outside. Working against Charlie Scott. Bing wants to attack. Nice through the lane. Dumps it to Lanier. Lanier back to Bing on the give and go. Bing puts the shot up. It's off target. But we've got a whistle and a foul, and that is going to go against Neil Walk.
Second team foul.
That's going to send Lanier to the free throw line for a pair of shots. And that's 2 fouls on Walk in the early going. That's a big loss for Phoenix.
Lanier made the free
Lanier
throw.
tees up the first free throw. It is good. And with that, it is Walt Wesley, the veteran out of Kansas, coming into the game for Phoenix to replace Neil Walk with the 2 fouls. Lanier converts the second. It's now a 13-8 game as we have reached the 6-minute mark of the first period. Excuse me. A little dry throat here tonight. Charlie Scott with the basketball now for Phoenix. Guarded closely by Bing. Scott's going to attack. He's knocked down to the floor and nailed by Foster.
Foul is on Foster.
Hard foul by
His
Foster.
First, 13th foul.
Hearkening to the future of the Detroit Bad Boys. You try and come into the lane and you will pay the price. That was the philosophy of Bill Laimbeer 15 years later. And Fred Foster took a page out of the Laimbeer Chronicles here on that play. Into the game for Detroit for the first time is Chris Ford, replacing Mengelt at the shooting guard position. Phoenix basketball looking to inbound. Calhoun can't find an open man. His pass is deflected out of bounds. Phoenix will maintain possession. Phoenix works it to Calhoun. Once again working his way into the paint, this time against Foster. Calhoun to his left. It's blocked by Foster. Foster got him. Scott takes the rebound, kicks it back out. Phoenix will reset. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Scott's going to have to pull the trigger from way outside. And he nails it. And he's fouled by Bing. How about that? Charlie Scott with a brilliant play, beating the shot clock with a long jump shot. Give him the hoop and the harm. And he will head to the free throw line for a chance at the three-point play. Scott leaves the free throw short, and Fred Foster emerges with the rebound for Detroit, but the Pistons now trail 15-8. As Detroit's really got to get something going on the offensive end. Bing with it on the outside, comes off a screen, picked up by Green. The shot by Bing is no good. Lanier keeps possession with the offensive rebound. Here's Lanier on the putback attempt. His turnaround jump shot is too strong, but he's fouled on the play by Van Arsdale, and Lanier will head back to the free throw line.
His first, 13th foul.
Lanier 2 points and 6 rebounds already in this first period. He missed the first free throw. Second free throw by Lanier is good.
Made the free throw.
And it is now a 6-point lead for the Suns. 15-9, 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Here's a quick outside shot from Charlie Scott. That's no good. Bing takes the long rebound for Detroit. Bing and Foster want to run. Bing flying down the left-hand side of the court. Cross courts it to Foster. Foster drives hard into the lane, lays it up around the rim and out. No good. Tipped around, tipped up, and finally snagged by Charlie Scott for Phoenix. Detroit comes up empty on that fast break opportunity. And now Phoenix has the ball back on offense. They look inside to Walt Wesley. In among the trees, his shot is off target, but he's fouled on the play by Lanier. That will send Walt Wesley to the line for a pair of free throws. And that's going to put Phoenix into the bonus for the remainder of the first period. Wesley, the veteran, not a good free throw shooter, only 53%. Misses the first. As Lanier goes to the bench now, he just picked up his second foul. And he is being replaced out there by Willie Norwood, second-year man out of Alcorn State. Norwood 6'7", 220, a bit undersized to be dealing with the likes of Walt Wesley. So that'll be another advantage to the Suns. Wesley misses both free throws. And Chris Ford comes out with a rebound for Detroit. They work it inside to Norwood. But Norwood has his shot swatted by Wesley. Nice block by Walt Wesley in there. Van Arsdale comes out with it. Quick outlet to Charlie Scott, and Phoenix is on the move. They've got 4-on-1 going the other way. Scott over to Van Arsdale. Van Arsdale back to Scott. Scott drives the lane, lays it up and good.
Charlie Scott.
4 points for Charlie Scott. Phoenix has opened up their biggest lead of the night, 17-9. And to add injury to insult, Fred Foster just limped off the court with some form of undisclosed injury. He will be out for quite some time, so they say. And into the game now comes Don Adams at the small forward position. Third-year man out of Northwestern, 6'7", 210. 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Detroit still has managed only 9 points on 23% shooting and 6 turnovers. They trail 17-9 as Adams will inbound. The pass goes to Bing on the perimeter, and Bing finally from the top of the key shoots and scores. Bing with 6 points to lead the Pistons. They still trail by 6. Suns come back to the offense. They get the ball into Paul Stovall, the rookie from Arizona State, just into the game. Stovall works his way into the lane, and he's hammered by Don Adams.
First personal.
That was a hammering. Hammering is not legal in the world of professional basketball. That will send Stovall to the line as Phoenix is in the bonus. Stovall hits the first free throw. Recovering nicely from that hammering. Stovall comes back and hits them both.
Stovall made the free throw.
Hammering's probably allowed in Dave Gardner's hockey games. And I'm guessing there's some hammering that goes on in fast drive football. But there is absolutely no place for hammering in the world of professional basketball. Detroit with the basketball once again trailing by 8, 19-11. They look inside again to Willie Norwood. He got stuffed on his last attempt by Wesley. This one is too strong, but he is fouled by Wesley. And it will be Willie Norwood headed to the line for 2 free throws for Detroit. Wesley, a 68% free throw shooter, makes the first.
Norwood made the free throw.
League average for free throws is typically around 75%. So Norwood a bit below average, but he does manage to convert 2 tries here.
Norwood made the free throw.
Pulling Detroit back to within 6. 19-13 is your score. 3.5 minutes to play in the first period. Phoenix has the basketball. They go inside to Wesley. Wesley comes off the screen. His short jump shot is good. First basket of the night for the veteran Wesley. Puts Phoenix back on top by 8. Detroit's going to get it into the hands of Chris Ford. Very good pure shooter, but he's too strong with that one. And Charlie Scott comes out of there with another rebound for Phoenix. Chris Ford, of course, would go on to fame later in his career as the coach of the Boston Celtics. Here's another outside look for Van Arsdale, and this one is off target. Willie Norwood controls the rebound for Detroit. 2:45 to play. Detroit with the basketball, still trailing by 8. They look inside again to Norwood. His one-hander comes up empty, and Corky Calhoun takes the rebound for Phoenix. Another possession for Phoenix. They go inside once again to Stovall. Stovall very active since coming into the game. He looks a little ginger on that hamstring. He kicks the pass out to Van Arsdale. Van Arsdale from the outside with Ford in his face, misses wildly. That shot goes out of bounds. Ball goes over to Detroit. New face into the game for Detroit is Jim Davis, coming in at the center position, 6-year man out of Colorado. So we've still got Bing and Ford in the backcourt for the Pistons. Don Adams and Willie Norwood are at the forwards, and Jim Davis is the center man. Phoenix still with Scott and Van Arsdale at the guards. Stovall and Wesley at the forwards, and Neil Walk returns to the game at center in spite of being saddled with those 2 personal fouls. Detroit with the basketball, trailing by 8. Bing with it on the outside, picked up by Charlie Scott. They've been dueling all quarter. Bing dumps it down to Adams. That pass goes behind him and out of bounds for another Pistons turnover. Now into the game for the first time for Phoenix is Clem Haskins. Clem Haskins into the game for the Suns. Suns without the services of Connie Hawkins tonight. Or so it would seem. Yeah, Hawkins looks to be unavailable for Phoenix, as does Gus Johnson. So two of their better players unavailable for Phoenix tonight due to injury. But they are still comfortably ahead of Detroit in this one, as Phoenix now has the basketball and an 8-point lead. The ball goes down low to Wesley. Picked up down low by Jim Davis. The short shot by Wesley is good, and the Suns are now up by 10. 23-13 as we enter the final 2 minutes of play in the first period. Willie Norwood still working hard inside. Cannot get this one to go. Rebound taken by Clem Haskins for Phoenix. Phoenix sets it up again, looking to extend the lead. They get an open shot out on top for Charlie Scott. Dribbles to his left. Shoots the mid-range jumper and scores. Charlie Scott now with 6 for the Suns. And the lead is 12, 25-13. Chris Ford has it on the outside, sends it over to Bing. Bing with a set shot from 17 is good. Bing finally gets another one to go. He now leads the Pistons with 8. But Detroit still trails by 10 as we enter the final minute of play of the first quarter. Phoenix wants to get it inside to Wesley again. Wesley kicks it back out to Stovall for the jump shot. That's no good. Rebound knocked around out of play. Detroit will take possession. .59 seconds to play in the first quarter. Mengel back into the game, has an open look from the wing. He fakes the shot, drives, gets into the lane, but he walked with it. Another turnover for Detroit. That is 8 in the period. And Phoenix will come back the other way. Haskins has it on the outside. He's got an open look from 18. He gives up the shot, sends it inside to English, and Scott English puts it home. English, the rookie out of Texas El Paso, with his first basket of the ball game. Phoenix goes back up by 12, 27-15. Phoenix runs an inside screen for Rowe. Rowe sends it over to Norwood. Norwood is got a shot at it inside there. It's tipped by Wesley. Wesley is called for the goaltend. So credit the basket to Norwood. And the lead is cut back to 10, 27-17. With now 20 seconds left in the period, Phoenix will try and hold for the final shot of the quarter. They get it to Wesley in the paint. Wesley is good once again. Productive first quarter for Wesley. With 1 second on the clock, we'll see if Detroit can do anything. They get it into Rowe down low, but he can't get the shot off. And that will end the first period. We take a look at the first quarter box score, and it is not pretty if you are a fan of the Detroit Pistons. Detroit shooting only 32% from the field and committing 8 turnovers in that first period. So they put up only 17 points in the quarter. Bing with 8 was your high scorer. LANIER had 3 points and 6 rebounds before he went out of the game with 2 fouls. Stu Lance also picked up 2 fouls for Detroit. For the Suns, Van Arsdale was very active. 7 field goal attempts in the first quarter, connected on 3 of them, and put up a game-high 9 points for the Suns in the first period. Rebounds are even for both teams. And the only member of the Suns in foul trouble is Neil Walk with 2. And that will wrap up your first quarter box score. We'll head to the second quarter now, and if you stick around until halftime, you'll get some updates from the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. As we are ready to start the action here in quarter number 2. Phoenix with a 12-point lead, and the Suns control the tip, and quickly they go inside to Neil Walk. Walk fakes to his left, turns right, kicks it back out to Van Arsdale. Van Arsdale shoots from outside, too strong. Walt Wesley comes off the offensive glass with the rebound. Wesley with the putback attempt goes to the right hand, lays it up, and good. Wesley now with 8 points. Very productive minutes off the bench for the veteran Walt Wesley. And Phoenix is now on top by 14, 31-17. Here's an inside look for Curtis Rowe for the Pistons. His turnaround jump shot is good. And for the first time tonight, Curtis Rowe out of UCLA is on the board. Ball goes back over to Phoenix. Charlie Scott with it. Scott and Bing still going to battle. Scott goes to the left hand. Steps into the lane, lays it up, and good. Nicely done by Charlie Scott. Give him 8 points on the night. Phoenix still up by 14. Detroit goes inside to Rowe once again. This time his shot rolls around and drops out, and Stovall takes the rebound for Detroit. Nothing happening in transition as Phoenix gets back quickly on defense. So Bing will call the offense into control, or Scott will call the offense under control. Sends it in low to Walk. Walk's shot is up no good, and the rebound is taken by Bob Lanier. Curtis Rowe working hard inside for Detroit. He gets another open look from the low block and scores again. This time off a spectacular assist by Bing, his first assist of the evening. Frank Wainscott in the chat room. Good evening, Frank. He was a fan of Bob Lanier when Lanier joined the Bucks. I've told this Bob Lanier story before, but he had size 23 sneakers. Very famous for having those big feet. And I got to see one of Bob Lanier's sneakers as part of the memorabilia show in 1976 known as the Freedom Train. The Freedom Train crossed across the USA in 76 in celebration of the bicentennial of America. And a lot of cool things to look at on the Freedom Train, including a size 23 sneaker owned by one big Bob Lanier. All right, back to action here. Phoenix with the possession, still up by 12, 33-21. It's Van Arsdale with another look from the free throw line. But this time he's got it knocked away and stolen by Mengelsch. Good defense by the Pistons. Mengelt over to Lance. Lance over to Bing with the outside jump shot. That won't go. And Charlie Scott takes the rebound for Phoenix. Scott and Van Arsdale push the tempo. Headed down the court in transition. Scott dribbles to his left. He's got Mengelt on him. He dumps it over to Van Arsdale, and Van Arsdale has it stolen away as Mengelt stepped into the passing lane. Quick outlet to Bing, and now Detroit's got 3-on-2 going the other way. Bing over to Lance on the baseline. Lance from the left side cross-courts it to Bing. Bing to the right hand, lays it up and good.
Bing.
10 points now for Bing. He is the first player to hit double digits. And Detroit has cut the lead to 10 here early in the second period. Phoenix now looks inside to Walk.
Neil Walk.
Walk gets the smaller Mengelt on his hip coming off the screen, goes to the left hand and lays it home. First basket of the night for Neil Walk. 35-23, Phoenix on the lead. Bing with it for the Pistons out on top. Wants to get into the lane. His little teardrop over Walk is up and good. 35-25, Phoenix with the basketball and the lead. They look inside once again to Wesley, and he is pushed by Stu Lance, and that will be
his third personal.
Number 3 on Lance, and Lance is going to have to go out once again to be replaced by Don Adams. That foul is called on the floor. It'll be side out for Phoenix with a fresh 24. Suns inbound the ball. It goes to Charlie Scott out high. Scott wants to attack. He's cut off in the lane by Lanier. But Scott gets it to go off the nice give and go with Van Arsdale. 37-25, Phoenix back on top by 12. Here's Bing with another opportunity for Detroit. High screen, open look from 15, it's off target. Adams keeps it alive with the offensive rebound. Don Adams tries to take it up strong, and he's got it swatted away by Stovall. Nice block in there by Stovall. Bing comes out with the basketball. Bing's going to reset. They get it over to Mengelt on the wing. Mengelt with a wide open jump shot from the perimeter is good. First points of the night for John Mengelt. Once again, it's a 10-point game, 37-27. Phoenix works it inside to Walk. A little jump shot by Neil Walk is good. Phoenix back on top by 12. Here's Bing once again. This time Bing is looking for help. Can't find an open teammate. Steps into the lane, gets around Van Arsdale to the hole, and his layup is good. Bing had to do that one all by himself. But he's got 14 points now, and once again it's a 10-point ball game, 39-29. Phoenix with the lead and the basketball. It's Charlie Scott. Scott wants to attack. 18 feet out, dribbles into the lane. Pulls the trigger from 15 feet out. That's no good, but he is bumped by Bing.
Second personal, second team foul.
And that will be a pair of free throws. Actually, Van Arsdale was the recipient of the pass. Van Arsdale tried to get to the lane, and Bing fouled him. And Van Arsdale will head to the free throw line. The first shot is good. Van Arsdale misses the second. Adams takes the rebound. So Phoenix now up by 11. Detroit basketball. Inside they go to Lanier down low. Lanier steps out to the baseline. His baseline jump shot is good.
Lanier.
That's a little further out than Lanier usually likes to operate, but he converted on that opportunity. Detroit is now within 9, 40-31. Under 8 to play in the second period. The ball goes inside once again to Wesley. And once again, Wesley scores. And this time he is fouled by Rowe. And it will be Wesley headed to the free throw line with a chance at a three-point play.
13.
That's going to bring Willie Norwood back into the game. As Wesley steps to the free throw line, and this time it is good.
Wesley made the free throw.
11 points off the bench for Walt Wesley, the veteran. And Phoenix is now back on top by 12, 43-31. Detroit sets up the offense. They look inside to Don Adams. Adams, those broad shoulders, gets into the lane, puts up the short jump shot, and scores. First basket of the night for Don Adams. Everybody's getting into the act. Phoenix with the basketball up by 10. Charlie Scott working on Bing. Top of the key. Gets a pick from Wesley. Scott gets into the lane. His shot is off target. And Norwood takes the rebound for Detroit. Pistons want to cut into the lead. Once again, they go inside to Adams. He got loose the last time. He gets loose again this time. He cannot hit the hook shot. Lanier comes down with the rebound for Detroit. Lanier on the putback attempt is good.
Lanier.
Bob Lanier now 7 points, 8 rebounds. And that pulls Detroit within 8. 43-35. As Charlie Scott lets fly from the wing and scores. Quick jump shot by Scott. Phoenix back out on top by 10. Detroit finds Mengelt loose on the outside, and Mengelt scores one.
Mengelt.
It's now an 8-point game once again. Teams trading baskets here as Detroit tries to nibble away at that lead. They have trailed by as many as 14. It's an 8-point lead now for Phoenix with the basketball as they look inside to Stovall. Stovall in the low post. Steps around Adams, but his layup is no good. And Lanier takes the rebound for Detroit. Pistons looking for another opportunity to cut into this lead. They send it to Adams, this time on the wing, and Adams is good once again. Adams with 4 quick points here in the second period, and that cuts it to a 6-point game, 45-39, as we approach the midway point of the second period. Suns with the basketball in the hands of Scott. Scott on the perimeter. Drives to the basket, goes to his left hand, lays it up and good. Nice feed in there by Van Arsdale to set up Scott with the basket. Phoenix is now at 57% on the night and have put up 47 points midway through the second period. Detroit looks back inside to Adams. Adams comes off a screen. He's got the smaller Scott on his hip, but Scott gets up there and swats the shot. Wesley takes the rebound for the Suns, and the Suns have a chance to stretch it back out to double digits here. It's Scott from the outside. Free throw line extended. He's off target. Rebound is knocked out of bounds. Last touched by the Suns. Basketball goes back over to Detroit. He has multiple substitutions on both ends of the floor. Into the game for the first time for Detroit is Bob Nash, a rookie out of Hawaii. He will play the small forward position as Detroit comes with a lineup of Bing and Chris Ford at the guards, Nash and Curtis Rowe at the forwards, with LANIER still on the inside. And Phoenix is back with Scott and Van Arsdale. Corky Calhoun and Lamar Green are your forwards, and Neil Walk inside. Detroit basketball trailing by 8, 47-39, as they look to get the offense going once again. Inside they look to Curtis Rowe. His short jump shot is too strong, but somebody got him on the arm. That's going to go against Lamar Green, and that will send Curtis Rowe to the free throw line. 2 shots for Rowe, only a 64% shooter. His first rolls around and off the rim. Rowe is good with the second, and that cuts the Phoenix lead to 7. 47-40 is your game score. 5.5 to play in the second period. Phoenix sets up the offense. They work it inside to Lamar Green. Lamar Green works his way into the low post, and his shot is up and good. Phoenix on top by 9. The ball is in the hands of Nash on the outside. Nash shoots the jump shot and scores. Actually, that one rolled around the rim and off. Tipped in by Curtis Rowe for Detroit. Give that basket to Rowe. And Detroit back within 7. Charlie Scott with it for Phoenix. Drives to the basket. Has it knocked away. Ball's on the floor. Bodies are on the floor. The ball is tied up by Rowe and Calhoun, and it will be a jump ball here on the Phoenix side of the court. The jump ball is in the air, and it is controlled by the Suns. They will reset the offense. Bob Walk has it on the baseline. Walk's not gotten a bad-looking stroke from out there. He's going to put up the perimeter jump shot, and it's good. And he's fouled by LANIER. How about that? He got LANIER off balance, converted the hoop, got the harm. And that is the 3rd personal foul on Bob LANIER. He's going to have to go back to the bench. Neil Walk at the free throw line, where he is a 79% shooter, and he converts that. Walk's got 7 points, and Phoenix is back on top by 10, 52-42. 4.5 minutes to play in the second period. Open for Detroit is Ford. He cannot connect, but Don Adams grabs the offensive rebound. Adams with the putback is good. Don Adams working hard in there. He's got 6 points, 3 rebounds, and the lead is back to 8. Charlie Scott dominating the basketball for Phoenix. He penetrates on Bing, and he runs over Bing for the offensive foul. So Detroit gets another possession, trailing by 8. Now 4 minutes to play before halftime. The ball is in the hands of Chris Ford on the outside. He sends it back to Bing at the free throw line.
Foul is on Scott.
Another collision in the lane as Bing drives into the lane, and he is fouled by Scott. A big collision between Bing and Scott. Scott thought he was in position. The referee thought otherwise. That's going to be 3 fouls on Charlie Scott, and he's going to have to go to the bench for the remainder of the half. He'll be replaced by Clem Haskins. Jim Davis back into the game for Detroit. Pistons within 8. Curtis Rowe to rebound. The ball goes down low to Jim Davis. Jim Davis with the short shot, rolls around the rim and out, and Neil Walk takes the rebound for the Suns. 3.5 to play. Here's a look for Van Arsdale on the outside. And he drills another one.
Van Arsdale.
12 points now by Van Arsdale. Phoenix back on top by 10. Detroit looks inside to Davis again. He leans in against Walk and scores. Walk didn't want to get too cute on that one. He's already got 2 fouls. And once again, the lead is 8. Here's a shot from out high for Clem Haskins, and he buries that one. First point of the night for Clem Haskins. 2 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound for the future coach of the Minnesota Gophers. Was Clem Haskins. Good career as a college coach after his NBA tenure. Phoenix back on top by 10, 2:45 to play. Detroit with the basketball in the hands of Bing. Bing comes off a screen, has an open look from the perimeter, and buries it. Bing with 16 points now to lead all scorers. As the lead is cut once again to 8. Here's another outside look for Haskins. He can't get this one to go. Rebound is tipped around and finally pulled out of there by Bing. Bing wants to run. He's got Ford on the wing. Ford dribbles down the right-hand side of the court. Sends it back to Bing under the basket. And Bing lays it up with the left hand and good.
Bing.
That cuts the lead to 6. That's as close as Detroit has been in quite some time. 56-50 with now 2 minutes to play in the half. Suns look inside to Walk. Walk shoots over Davis. That's no good. Van Arsdale takes the rebound, but we've got a loose ball foul on the rebound, and that is going to go against Davis. That is his first. And I believe that will be a side out for Phoenix. Yes, indeed. Into the game for the Suns for the first time is Dennis Layton, backup guard, rookie out of USC. Layton's got the ball out on top, guarded by Chris Ford. 15 on the shot clock. Layton looks to distribute, can't find an open teammate. Has to pull the trigger himself, and it's good. Nicely done by Layton to get on the board and put Phoenix back on top by 8. Detroit basketball in the hands of Mengelt on the outside. Mengelt from the wing pulls the trigger, and it is off target. But we've got a whistle on the play, and he was hit on the arm by Haskins, sending John Mengelt to the free throw line for a pair with 1:33 to play before halftime. Mengelt misses the first. Pretty good free throw shooter, typically 82%. Mengelt buries the second.
Mengelt made the free throw.
And the lead for Phoenix now stands at 7. Phoenix with the basketball in that 7-point lead. They've got Haskins with it out on top. He's got an open look. Mengelt closes quickly. Haskins looks for an open teammate, can't find one, and Mengelt tips it away and steals it. Detroit still trails by 7, minute 18 to play. Inside they go to Don Adams once again. Adams tries to get it back out to Ford at the free throw line, and that one is stolen by Layton. Layton with the steal for Phoenix. 1 minute to play in the period as Phoenix looks inside to Neil Walk. Walk is no good this time with the short jump shot, and Chris Ford comes away with the rebound for Detroit. Phoenix quickly back on transition defense, so Ford pulls it back, and they'll run the offense through the point. And again, they look into the lane for Adams. Adams on the inside, guarded by Scott English now into the game. Adams fakes left, goes right, shoots, and scores. That makes it a 5-point game, 58-53, with now 52 seconds to play in the period. Phoenix with the basketball. Inside they go once again to Walk. Walk in the paint. His short jump shot is good.
Neil Walk.
That's 9 points now for Neil Walk, putting the Suns back on top by 7. 29 seconds to play on the game clock, 14 on the shot clock, as Detroit looks inside to Willie Norwood. Norwood into the paint, down the lane, cannot get the shot to go, and it is Clem Haskins who rips the rebound out of there for Phoenix. And with 24 seconds to play, Phoenix is in no hurry. They'll play for ostensibly the final shot of the period, but no, they won't, as Chris Ford gets in there on the steal and takes it away. And it will be the Pistons who can play for the final shot of the period. 12 seconds to go on the game clock and the shot clock. The ball goes inside to Adams. Adams shoots and scores. 10 points now for Don Adams in the first half, and that pulls Detroit back to within 5. Can Phoenix get a shot off? They get it to Scotty English. His short shot at the buzzer is good. Scott English converts at the first half buzzer. And Phoenix will head to the break leading by 7. 62-55 is your halftime score as we take a look at the box score. Detroit with a nice comeback in the second period as they come off the first quarter slump and put up 38 points in the second period to pull this game to within 7, 62-55. The high point man for Detroit is Dave Bing with 18. Bing, in fact, leads all scorers. Detroit took much better care of the basketball in the second period and shot the ball better. They're now up to 51% from the field, and the turnovers are even at 9. And, of course, Don Adams off the bench with 10 points for Detroit. Big minutes contributed by Adams, as both Stu Lance and Bob Lanier spent time on the bench in foul trouble in that second period. For the Suns, Charlie Scott having a very efficient night, 7 for 11 from the field, 14 points to lead the Suns. They've also got 12 from Van Arsdale and 11 from Walt Wesley off the bench. 9 points, 2 rebounds for Neil Walk. So the action really picked up in that second period. It should be an interesting second half as Detroit needs this win to keep from getting relegated back to the bronze division in the following Epic Basketball League season. But before we head back to action, we'll give you a little update on the channel. Tomorrow there will be wrestling on the channel, and it will be a pay-per-view broadcast sponsored by Heartland Championship Wrestling. We'll give you a full rundown of the card at the end of the third period. There will be 2 world title matches as your 2 main events, and this will be on the channel as the much anticipated World Heavyweight Championship showdown between the world champion Vader and the challenger Kurt Angle takes place. The NWA World Tag Team Champions are also on the line tomorrow as the champions, the fabulous Freebirds, Michael P.S. Hayes and Terry Bam Bam Gordy, defend those titles against the Midnight Express, Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane, in what should be a very intriguing matchup indeed. Sunday morning, we will have My Journey with Jesus back on the airwaves as we take a look at the tales of a couple of losers and also talk about the prodigal son. That will be Sunday morning on My Journey with Jesus. Interesting news from the channel. As you know, those of you who watch the channel, I will broadcast typically only when my wife is working. She works from here in the house, and I use the broadcasting as a way to keep myself amused and entertained while the wife is working. She has had a change in her work schedule. She is now going to have her Sundays off, and she's going to work every Saturday. She used to work alternating weekends, and what that means is that I will have more Saturdays on the channel, and you'll probably get to see more action from Heartland Championship Wrestling if that happens to be your jam. Tomorrow it will be the pay-per-view broadcast of Heartland Havoc 107 False Alarm, and we'll give you a full rundown of the card at the end of the third period. And with that, we are ready to head back to action here in Phoenix at Veterans Memorial Coliseum, with the hometown Suns leading this one by 7, 62-55, headed into the third period. Thank you to everybody who is hanging out here on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network tonight. Phoenix will come back with their starting lineups. Scott and Van Arsdale in the backcourt. Corky Calhoun and Lamar Green at the forwards, and Neil Walk inside. Once again, Phoenix without the services of two of their star forwards, Connie Hawkins and Gus Johnson. Hence the action you're seeing from Calhoun and Lamar Green. And for Detroit, it will also be their starting lineups with Bing and Mengeld in the backcourt, Stu Lance and Curtis Rowe at the forwards, and Lanier inside. Both Lance and Lanier saddled with 3 fouls, so we'll have to pay close attention to the efforts of those two on the defensive end. All right, the opening tip-off is controlled by Phoenix. They've got that 7-point lead, and they are ready to set the offense here. The ball goes to Van Arsdale on the perimeter. Very active once again here to start off. And he is hacked on the attack by Mengels. First team foul for the Pistons. Just 14 seconds into the period. It'll be a side out for Phoenix. Calhoun to inbound. Ball goes to Scott on the outside, guarded by Bing. Scott wants to penetrate. He's cut off by Lanier in the lane, and the shot is blocked by Lanier. Good team defense by the Pistons. Lamar Green comes down with the offensive board for Phoenix. Green to the putback. His shot is no good. And it's Curtis Rowe taking the rebound for Detroit. Pistons want to run. Bing gets the outlet. Sends it up court to Lance. Lance on the baseline, drops it back off to Bing. Bing drives the lane, lays it up around the rim and no good. Bing wanted the foul, didn't get the call. Corky Calhoun takes down the rebound for Phoenix. Suns up by 7. They get it into the hands of Charlie Scott. Scott working on Bing from the top of the key. Straight away, his jump shot is good.
Charlie Scott.
Nothing but the bottom of the net for Charlie Scott. He leads the Suns with 16 as Phoenix goes back out to a 9-point advantage. Detroit basketball. It's Bing working on Scott. Bing this time looks to distribute. He's guarded by Scott. His pass goes off the knee of Calhoun and out of bounds. Detroit retains possession with 11 on the shot clock. Ball goes into Lance. Lance tries to drop it inside to Rowe. Rowe from the low block is fouled hard by Lamar Green.
Foul is on Green, second personal, first team foul.
First team foul of the period on Phoenix. That will be a side out for Detroit. Pistons still trail by 9, 64-55. Lance to inbound for the Pistons. The ball goes out on top to Bing. Bing will attack. He drives into the lane. He dumps it off to Lanier. Lanier leaves the shot short, and Corky Calhoun takes the rebound for Phoenix. Suns come back the other way. They work it inside to Calhoun. Calhoun fakes. He shoots. He scores.
Corky Calhoun.
Nice inside move there for the rookie from Penn. Puts Phoenix up by 11. Corky Calhoun would hang around the league for a while. Ended up in Phoenix. Started off in Phoenix. Wound up in Portland, where he was a member of the 1977 Portland Trail Blazers, who won the NBA championship. Detroit now trailing by 11. They get the ball into Lanier. Lanier shoots and scores. Lanier got loose in there and converted. Detroit still trails by 9 as Phoenix comes back and goes inside to Walk. Walk on the inside. He's fouled by Rowe. Foul starting to pile up here early in the quarter on both teams. Another side out for the Suns. Calhoun to inbound. The pass comes into Scott. Scott works on Bing. Bing and Scott have been dueling out there all night long. Bing drops it off to Green on the inside. Green shoots in close, no good. Green somehow comes up with his own rebound. Green on the putback attempt. Underhand scoop shot is off the glass and good. I'm not sure how Lamar Green got that shot off, as he had Curtis Rowe all over him, but Green converts the putback and Phoenix goes back on top by 11. Detroit basketball, they look inside to Rowe. Pump fake by Rowe. Ooh, he got Green up in the air and made him look silly on that one. Rowe converts. He's got 9 points, and the lead is cut back to 9. 9 minutes to play in the third. Charlie Scott from the outside. Looks to the wing to Van Arsdale. Mengelt steps into the passing lane and picks it off again. That's 4 steals on the night for John Mengelt. Detroit coming back the other way. Quick shot for Bing is no good, but Bing is fouled by Scott, and that is 4 on Charlie Scott.
Fourth personal.
Big play by Bing as he leaned into Scott, threw up an awkward looking shot, but drew the contact against Scott, and Scott is headed back to the bench early in the third period, having picked up his 4th personal foul. Bing steps to the free throw line. His first shot is no good. And sure enough, it is Haskins back into the ball game, replacing Charlie Scott for the Suns, and that is going to hurt the Suns here in quarter number 3. Bing converts the second free throw, his 19th point of the night, and that cuts the lead to 8. 68-60, Phoenix with the lead and the basketball, under 9 minutes to play in the third quarter. The ball is in the hands of Haskins out on top. Haskins working on Bing from the free throw line. Haskins pulls the trigger, no good. Rebound taken down offensively by Walk. Neil Walk with the putback attempt. And he puts his shoulder into Lanier, and it is Walk who's called for the offensive foul. Man, the whistles are busy here in this third period. As Detroit regains possession of the basketball, still trailing by 8. Detroit led by 2 early in the game. It has been all Phoenix ever since then. But Detroit is sticking around, and with one good run, they can get back into this one, and there's plenty of time for that to happen. Here's an outside look for Mengelt. Mengelt with the jump shot from the perimeter, no good. Lamar Green takes the rebound for Phoenix. Phoenix in transition the other way. They've got it 3-on-2. They've got Haskins and Van Arsdale. Walk is the trailer. Walk sends it back into Haskins. Haskins misses the layup, and the rebound is taken down by Dave Bing. Good hustle by Bing to get back. As Detroit will walk it back the other way, still trailing by 8. They've got an outside look here for Stu Lance. That's off target. And the rebound is taken by Van Arsdale. Phoenix on top by 8. As the Suns dump it inside to Walk. Walk working on Lanier. Shot is good. Walk now in double digits with 11. As the Phoenix lead is expanded once again to 10. 70-60 is your score. Under 8 to play in the third. As Bing takes another quick shot. This one rolls off the rim and out. And Lamar Green with the strong board for the Suns. Quick outlet to Haskins. Suns have it 4-on-3 going the other way. Walk with it down low. Sends it to Stovall, the cutter. And Stovall walked with it. Another sloppy-looking fast break for the Suns. And another turnover gives the ball back to the Pistons, but the Pistons still trail by 10. The open man for the Pistons is Bing. He's working now against Haskins. Bing from the wing. Sends it to Mengel. Mengel with the jumper from the free throw line is good.
Mengel.
7 points now for Mengel. 70-62, Phoenix with the lead and the basketball. Another outside look for Van Arsdale. His jumper is too strong. And Lanier takes the rebound for Detroit. That's 10 boards for Bob Lanier. Bing and Mengel want to run. It's 2-on-2. Mengel dribbles to his right. Sends it into the lane to Bing. Bing lays it up and good.
Bing.
21 points now for Bing. And Detroit is back to within 6. Haskins has it out on top. Guarded closely by Bing. Floats into the basket. Tries the layup. And scores it.
Clem Haskins.
Clem Haskins with a tricky little inside move there to get his second basket of the night and put Phoenix back on top by 8. Detroit with another outside look for Lance. And Lance hits one. Boy, if they can get Stu Lance going in this third quarter, that's only going to help. The lead is cut to 6, 72-66. Haskins looking for help. Shoots the outside jump shot. It's offline. And the long rebound is taken down by Mengel for Detroit. Pistons walk it up. They've got it in the hands of Bing. Bing works on Haskins. Can he get into the lane? He lands on his backside. And the foul is called against Van Arsdale, coming over to help out. That'll be a side out for Detroit. Both teams now with, actually Detroit with 2 team fouls. That is the third team foul on Phoenix here in the quarter. We have reached the midway point of the third quarter with Phoenix on top by 6, 72-66. Detroit has the basketball on a side out as the Pistons desperately try and climb back into this game that they so urgently need to win. Detroit sets the offense. Bing with it on the outside. Dumps it down low to Lanier. The shot by Lanier is off glass, no good. And Van Arsdale takes the rebound for Phoenix. 2-on-2 the other way. Van Arsdale with Dennis Layton now into the game. Bing back on the defensive side. Lanier is with him. The ball goes to Van Arsdale on the wing, and he's fouled by Bing.
Foul is on Bing.
3 fouls by Bing. Probably a smart foul by Bing to prevent that fast break opportunity and protect his teammate Lanier, who's already in some foul trouble. As we have Al Red Sox fan now in the chat room. Big Bob Lanier out of St. Joe's, says Al Red Sox fan. Welcome to the chat room, my friend. It is good to see you. Phoenix on top by 6, 72-66 with the basketball. Lamar Green to inbound. They send it down low to Walk. Walk's been effective down there. He hits again. Walk now with 13 points on the night. Phoenix back on top by 8. Pistons with the basketball. Bing out on top, working on Layton. Bing from 18, fakes, gets Layton into the air, drives to the hole. And Stovall came over and fouled him. Bing forcing the action for the Pistons. Picks up another foul. That one also on the floor, and Detroit will have a side out. Walt Wesley returns to the game for Phoenix. Wesley had that very effective first half with 11 points off the bench. As Bing sets up the Detroit offense. Now 5 minutes to play in period number 3. Bing has it out on top. Drops it inside to Rowe. Rowe from in close has his shot blocked by Wesley. Wesley erases that shot. And Neil Walk comes out of there with the loose ball for Phoenix. Phoenix sets up the offense. They've got another outside look for Van Arsdale, and he is true.
Dick Van Arsdale.
14 now for Dick Van Arsdale. Phoenix has regained that 10-point lead. 76-56. Excuse me, 76-66 is the score. Detroit looks inside to Rowe. Rowe with the short jump shot from inside. That's offline. Rebound knocked around and finally taken out of there by Neil Walk for the Suns. Suns looking to expand that lead. 4 minutes to play in the third. Van Arsdale from the outside has another open look. Bing comes over and denies the shot. The ball goes over to Stovall, and quickly Stovall is tied up by Stu Lance. It'll be a jump ball. The jump is controlled by Detroit, and the Pistons get a stop on that possession. They still trail by 10. They look inside to Big Bob Lanier, and he's fouled hard by Walk, and that is 4 on Neil Walk.
His fourth, 15th foul.
It has been a battle on the low block there tonight at both ends of the court. Bob Lanier got the better of it that time, and that sends Neil Walk to the bench with 4 personal fouls.
Lanier made the free
Detroit now in the bonus. That'll put Lanier at the free throw line. Lanier connects on the first shot. As Phoenix comes back with multiple substitutions. Lanier hits them both.
Lanier made the free throw.
Double-double for Lanier tonight. 11 points, 10 rebounds. And Detroit pulls back to within 8. As Phoenix sets it up with 3.5 minutes to play. Haskins with it out on top. Looking to penetrate. Spins, drives to the basket. Dumps it off to Van Arsdale. Van Arsdale tried to get it into Wesley, but that's out of bounds, and that is a turnover. Ball goes back over to Detroit. I don't think Detroit's committed a turnover in this quarter. Don Adams back into the game for the Pistons. Dennis Layton and Scott English back in for Phoenix. As Detroit inbounds, trailing by 8 with 3.5 minutes to play in the third. Bing has it on the outside. Picked up out there by Layton. Bing wants to penetrate. Nice through the lane. He's cut off by Wesley. Bing stops and pops. He's too strong. But the long rebound comes out to Chris Ford, and the Pistons will reset. We now have Ford with it on the outside. Guarded closely by Corky Calhoun. They dump it into Adams in the paint. Adams works his way into the paint, and it is around and off the rim, no good. Rebound is kicked around and knocked out of bounds, last touch by the Pistons. Phoenix will regain possession. Now under 3 to play in the third period. Phoenix with the basketball leading by 8. They look inside to Scott English in the paint. English steps it up. Off the backboard, off the rim, no good. But English is fouled on the play by Adams.
Second personal.
And it will be Scott English, the rookie out of Texas, El Paso, headed to the free throw line. English already with 4 points on the night. First free throw missed badly. English hits the second.
English made the free throw.
Phoenix now goes on top by 9, 77-68. 2:42 now to play in the third. Here's an outside look from Bing. That's no good. And Corky Calhoun takes the rebound for Phoenix. Phoenix can open it up to double digits once again. The open man for the Suns is Van Arsdale from the wing. Van Arsdale rolls around and out, no good. And Don Adams takes the rebound for Detroit. It's 2-on-2 going the other way. Bing with Mengelt. Bing takes the outlet, sends it to Mengelt. Mengelt drops it back off to Bing. We've got a whistle on the play, and Bing is fouled by Van Arsdale.
Foul is on Van
Detroit
Arsdale.
is in the bonus, so that will send Bing to the free throw line for 2 shots. Bing rolls the first one home.
Bing made the free throw.
He's now got 22 points on the night, looking to make it 23 if he can connect on this one. And Bing hits them both.
Free throw.
That makes the score 77-70. Phoenix up by 7 with the basketball. Just over 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. They go inside to Lamar Green. Green has his work cut out for him against Big Bob Lanier in there, but somehow Green got the floater up in the air and scored it. 79-70. Ball back into the hands of Bing for Detroit on the offense. Bing weaves his way into the lane, goes to the left hand with a little kiss, and it is good. Much to the delight of Billy Packer. 25 now for Bing. It's once again a 7-point game. We're under 2 minutes to play in the third. Into the game now for Phoenix is Clem Haskins with an open look from the outside. It's off the front of the rim, no good. And Don Adams rips the ball down for Detroit. Detroit looks to cut into the lead. Now a minute and a half to play in the third. The interior pass goes to Lanier. And Lanier puts that one up off the glass. It is tipped out of there by Green, but Green is called for the goaltend. Give the basket to Lanier, and that cuts the lead to 5. Substitutions now for both teams with a minute and a half to play in the third. And Detroit within 5. Haskins has it on the top of the key. It's knocked away out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession, as Chris Ford got a hand on that one. Inbounds pass comes to Van Arsdale. He's double teamed. He gets one off anyways. It rims around and out. And Don Adams with another rebound for Detroit. Adams, 10.6 rebounds. Very solid work for his team, as they are going to walk it back the other way. As we approach the 1 minute mark here in the third period, Detroit has the basketball. They trail by 5. They've got an open look for Lance at the free throw line. Lance from 15 feet out hits again, and he's fouled by Calhoun.
Lance scores.
Lance with an opportunity and a 3-point play. Stu Lance is getting stuff done here in the third period, as he has a chance to pull Detroit to within 2 with 1:03 to play. Lance hits the free throw. That is a 3-point play. Your score now is 79-77. Phoenix clinging to a 2-point lead with just a minute and 3 seconds to go. Inside it goes to Scott English. He comes off a screen. He's got a mismatch in there with the smaller Mengelt on him, and English converts that.
Scott English.
7 points off the bench for Scott English. Nice night by the rookie from Texas, El Paso. The lead now is 4 with 41 seconds to play in the period. Into the game now for Detroit is Willie Norwood. They dump it inside to Norwood. Norwood kicks it out to Adams on the baseline, and Adams scores the jumper. 12 points for Adams, and with 35 seconds to play in the period, Detroit is back to within 2, 81-79. The ball is in the hands of Layton. 26 seconds on the shot clock, on the game clock, 14 on the shot clock. What's he going to do? He's got Chris Ford on him. Layton is going to take it into the lane. Gets around Ford, lays it up, and good.
Dennis Layton.
Dennis Layton scores that one to put Phoenix back on top by 4. And with 21 seconds to play, It looks like the Pistons want to hold for the final shot of the period.
Third quarter,
And they
Phoenix
can't get anything
83,
off.
Detroit 79.
So your third quarter score is Phoenix 83, Detroit 79. Closely played third period. 24-21 were the totals on the scoreboard. And as you know, Dave Bing leads all scorers with 25 points to go with 4 assists on 11 of 19 field goal shooting. LANIER with the double-double, 13 points, 10 rebounds. And Don Adams with 12 off the bench for the Pistons. The foul trouble in the third period hampered Phoenix, with both Charlie Scott and Neil Walk, their 2 top players, going to the bench with 4 personal fouls each. Scott still leads the Suns with 16. Van Arsdale has 14. And Walk with 13 for Phoenix. Your third quarter scoring: Bing with 7, LANIER with 6, and Stu Lance with 5 for Detroit to lead the scoring in period number 3. All right, let's talk some wrestling. I know Frank Wainscott is anxious to hear about tomorrow's Heartland Wrestling pay-per-view. We've already mentioned the 2 world championships in the main events, and since the card has popped up here, we'll just put the card on the screen. We've got a number of grudge matches lined up for tomorrow. In addition to Angle versus Vader and the Freebirds versus the Midnight Express, Billy Graham will take on Bob Backlund in a grudge match. Plenty of bad blood between those two. Gorilla Monsoon versus Bobo Brazil in another grudge match. There will be a ladies match on the card tomorrow with the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship on the line as the team of Cherry Bomb and Kimber Lee, collectively known as the Kimber Bombs, take on the team of Regeneration X, Allison Danger and Leva Bates. More grudge matches to come on tomorrow's False Alarm pay-per-view as Dusty Rhodes takes on Ed Strangler Lewis. Buddy Roberts of the Fabulous Freebirds will be in a grudge match against Tiger Conway Sr. after the Freebirds invaded a match from the Conway family, Sr. and Jr., and it is Buddy Roberts who will be in the ring in a rare in-ring appearance against Tiger Conway Sr. And we'll open things up with a grudge match between Mr. Wrestling 2 and the Iron Sheik, as those two have been battling it out down in Georgia. Filsinger Games, the game that I use, has just published a Ringside Companion, which is a new match book, and I am anxiously awaiting the receipt of that book. It may come tomorrow. I hope it comes tomorrow so I can put it into play for some of these grudge matches. It's got about 12 or 14 different specialty matches in that Ringside Companion, which you can also get a copy of from filsingergames.com. All right, that is the show for tomorrow. Probably around 6 p.m. Central Time is when I'll get that started, depending on how things go throughout the day. But I anticipate it'll be around 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time that we hit the airwaves with the broadcast of tomorrow's pay-per-view. All right, Frank, I hope you're looking forward to that, and other folks, I hope you'll drop by and see some exciting Heartland Championship Wrestling action, as Frank Wainscott has already gone on record, hoping that that nasty team from Bad Street goes down. And if anybody can take them down, it would be the Midnight Express, the current reigning Atlantic Tag Team Champions, have moved their way to the top contender spot. And in In my wrestling world, there are heels and there are baby faces, but they will wrestle against each other frequently. And it will be heel versus heel for the championship tomorrow, as the Midnight Express and the Fabulous Freebirds go mano a mano for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. And of course, the big main event, as Kurt Angle squares off with Vader for the World Heavyweight Championship. All right, back here to basketball action in Phoenix. It is a 4-point game. It is Phoenix on top as we open up quarter number 4. Phoenix is going to keep Scott and Walk on the bench. In fact, they've got their entire second unit out there. It'll be Layton and Haskins in the backcourt, with Paul Stovall and Scott English, your forwards. Both rookies seeing significant action tonight. And Lamar Green will get the start at the center position. And with that, we have the opening tip-off of the 4th period. For Detroit, it is Bing and Chris Ford in the backcourt. The rookie Bob Nash is the small forward, alongside Don Adams at the power forward, and Willie Norwood at the center position. So Lanier getting some rest, Curtis Rowe getting some rest, and Stu Lance as well. So we've still got some second unit guys out there as the main men rest up and prepare for the stretch run here. The opening tip of the period is controlled by Detroit, and the Pistons will have the first crack at cutting into this 4-point lead. Open on the outside is Ford. Guarded loosely by Haskins. Ford with a deep 2-pointer, no good. Lamar Green takes the rebound for Phoenix, and Detroit comes up empty on their first possession of the 4th period. Phoenix looks inside to English, working on Don Adams. Jump shot is way off target, and Adams comes out of there with the rebound for Phoenix. Phoenix has numbers. Detroit has numbers in transition. They've got Bing in the lead. They've got Ford on the wing. Ford drives baseline. His shot is up and good. Nicely done by Chris Ford to pull the Pistons to within 2, 83-81. Phoenix looking to cling to this lead. They look inside again to Scotty English. English with the layup this time. Once again, it is around and out. English gets his own rebound off the miss. English on the putback. Goes off glass. No good again, but he is fouled on the play by Adams.
Foul is on Adams.
And that will send Scotty English to the free throw line for 2 free throws. English with 7 points on the night. Hits the first free throw.
English gets the first.
English misses the second. And Willie Norwood takes the rebound for Detroit. The lead is 3, 84-81. As Bing has it on the outside. Bing lets fly with a long jump shot. That's no good. And Lamar Green takes the rebound for Phoenix. It's 4-on-4 going the other way. Dennis Layton's going to slow things down and set up the offense. They dump it inside again to English. Very active here in the opening moments of the period. He can't get that to go. Lamar Green comes out with the offensive board. Green with a putback attempt over Norwood. He pump fakes, he shoots, he misses. But he is knocked down on the play by Norwood. And that will send Lamar Green to the free throw line. 2 quick fouls on Detroit here in the opening minute of play of the 4th. And if Phoenix can get into the bonus early in the period, that will help them down the stretch. Green hits the first free throw. Green hits them both, and Phoenix goes up by 5, 86-81. Detroit comes back the other way. Trying to keep it close here as Ford has a look from the outside. Ford fakes, tries to get Haskins up into the air, gets into the lane. He's cut off by Stovall. The wild shot by Ford is blocked by Green. It's Norwood who takes the offensive rebound. Norwood grabs the loose ball. He puts it up and scores it.
Norwood.
Very alert play by Willie Norwood, and a very important play to pull Detroit back to within 3. 86-83 is your score. Clem Haskins with it on the outside. Is going to shoot over Ford. And Haskins, almost had that. It was online, but a little too strong. And the loose ball on the rebound is controlled by Chris Ford for Detroit. Detroit sets up the offense on the other end. They trail by 3. They find Adams on the baseline. Shooting over Haskins. Adams left that one short, and the rebound is into the hands of Stovall for the Suns. Suns lead by 3. They look inside to Lamar Green. Green in traffic. Shot no good. Rebound is taken by Don Adams for the Pistons. It's 2-on-2 going the other way now as Bing is racing down to the other end. Bing on the offense. Ahead to Norwood. Norwood drives into the lane, and he is hammered by Layton. There's another hammering foul.
First team foul.
We may see some hammering at tomorrow's wrestling show. But once again, the referees in this NBA contest will not tolerate hammering. And that is going to be a foul called on Layton. And Detroit will have a side out with now 10 minutes to play in the game. Pistons still trail by 3. It's Adams to inbound. He gets it out to Bing. Bing gets it into Norwood down low. Nice pass by Bing. Norwood lays it up and good. It is a 1-point game. 86-85. It hasn't been this close since early in the first period. Phoenix on the basketball. They've got it inside to Scotty English. English misses again. And Norwood with a one-handed rebound for the Pistons. Pistons with a chance to take the lead. The outlet goes to Bing. Bing wants to run. He's got Ford with him on the break. Ford on the baseline. Cross-courts it to Bing. Bing steps into the lane. Lays it up and good.
Bing.
Bing has given Detroit the lead for the first time since early in the first period. Bing has 27 points, and Detroit is on top, 87-86. 9:43 to play in the game. Walk back into the game for Phoenix. Sends a pass out to Layton. Layton with the jump shot from the free throw line. That's no good. Rebound by Norwood. Detroit looks to extend the lead. As the ball goes to Ford on the outside. Ford comes off a screen. Puts up the perimeter jump shot. It's good.
Ford.
4 points now for Chris Ford. Detroit leads by 3. And believe it or not, fans, that is their biggest lead of the game. 89-86 with 9 minutes to play. The entry pass goes to Walk. Walk steps out to the baseline, shoots from the mid-range, and scores it. 89-88, Detroit with the lead and the basketball. Bing sends it down low to the rookie Nash. Bob Nash working down inside against English. Nash on the low block. Tough shot. Layup is up and good, and he is fouled.
Nash scores.
How about that clutch play by Bob Nash? The hoop and the harm, and he has got a chance for the three-point play. Back into the game for Phoenix comes Scott, Van Arsdale, Corky Calhoun, and Walt Wesley. As the first line is back in there for the Suns. Nash steps to the free throw line and converts.
Nash made the free throw.
That's a three-point play, and that puts Detroit on top by 4. We're under 9 minutes to play. Pistons 92, Suns 88. As Philip Reynolds back in the chat room says, come on, Suns. Suns on the offense, they get it to Wesley. Wesley way out away from the basket. Is going to send it back out to Charlie Scott at the free throw line. Scott with a jump shot, no good. Long rebound is batted around and picked up by Van Arsdale. Van Arsdale is going to send it back out to the top of the key, and the Suns will reset. Still trailing by 4, 92-88. on the reset. Motion offense. Ball goes out on top to Scott. Scott controlling the ball. Gets into the lane. He's cut off by Adams. The jump shot is no good. But Corky Calhoun comes down with the offensive board for Phoenix. Calhoun on the putback. His turnaround shot is good.
Corky Calhoun.
Corky Calhoun with the basket brings the Suns within 2. 92-90 as we come up on 8 minutes to play in the game. Bing on the wing. Attacks the rim. Drops it to Norwood. Gets it back.
Norwood.
Back inside to Norwood. Norwood with a little fadeaway shoots and scores. 10 points now for Norwood. Detroit back on top by 4. 94-90. Here's another outside look for Van Arsdale. The quick shot by Van Arsdale is off the front of the rim, no good. Well defended by Chris Ford, and it is Ford who gets into the lane and takes the long rebound. Detroit looking to extend the lead. They're up 4. They've got Ford with it on the outside. The middle is open as Ford steps into the lane, gets around Van Arsdale, stops and pops, can't get it to drop, and Neil Walk recovers and grabs the rebound for Phoenix. Defensive stop for the Suns on that trip, and the Suns look to cut back into the lead. They go inside to Wesley. Very effective in the first half. And Wesley converts his first opportunity here in the fourth period. He's got 6 straight field goal hits. He has 13 points now off the bench and pulls the Suns back to within 2. 7:30 to play as Todd B. is now in the chat room. Good evening to you, my friend. You have come into a very exciting conclusion of this ball game. Norwood on the outside. Doesn't know what to do with it out there. He wants to get it back out on top to Bing. Bing's double teamed. His fall-away jump shot is short. And Walt Wesley takes the rebound for Phoenix. The Suns have the opportunity to tie. 7:16 to play. Phoenix looks inside to Neil Walk. Walk working on Norwood down low. Steps around Norwood and slams it home. 17 points for Neil Walk, and this game is tied. When do the Suns come back with Lanier? Detroit with the basketball. The game is tied. We're under 7 minutes to play. Chris Ford's got it on the outside. He's looking for help. He finds Norwood on the baseline. This is a very bad offensive set for Detroit. Norwood's going to have to do something out there. There's only 6 on the shot clock. Can he get it into the lane to Nash? No, he can't. The ball ends up in the hands of Adams on the baseline. Back over to Bing. Bing throws up a wild shot as the shot clock expires. That's no good. And Walk with the rebound for Phoenix. Detroit ran the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot offensive set on that possession, and nothing good happened for the Pistons. Phoenix now has the basketball. We're tied at 94 with 6.5 minutes to play. They look inside to Walk. Turnaround jump shot by Walk is short. Walk is crying to the referees. There's no crying in basketball as Chris Ford comes down with the rebound for Detroit. Pistons now with it in the hands of Bing. Bing takes it to the hoop. Tries to get a bounce pass to Ford on the outside. They cannot connect, and that goes out of bounds for a turnover. And now here comes the starting lineup back for Detroit into the game, as they have got their full starting lineup into the game with 6 minutes to play and the score tied. Have you heard of the Basketball Legends game as well as History Maker Hoops? I have not heard of the Basketball Legends game. I am familiar with History Maker Hoops, and I hope to check that out later this summer when I travel out to Denver for the Play Games convention, play.com. And Keith Avalone hosting a convention out there where we'll play History Maker Baseball, History Maker Golf, History Maker Hoops. Or I believe they're calling it Is it History Maker Hoops or Highlight Reel Hoops? Something like that. As Head Supton is now in the chat room. Welcome to you, sir. And yes, indeed, according to my rosters, Bob Lanier did indeed play at St. Bonaventure. Okay, tie game at 94. Midway through the fourth period, Phoenix with the basketball. They set up the offense. They run motion. Green has it on the perimeter. He's on the baseline, 10 seconds on the shot clock. He doesn't like his chances there, so he tries to force it into walk. And that pass is stolen by Mengelt. Good defensive set for the Pistons. The Pistons with a quick outlet pass to Bing. They've got 3-on-2 going the other way. Bing has the basketball, dumps it to Mengelt. Mengelt drives the lane, shoots, and misses. Deflects off the rim, no good. Tipped around, grabbed by Mengelt, stolen away by Van Arsdale. Phoenix gets possession. A wild possession there for Detroit comes back empty, and the game is still tied. Here's Walk with it now on the baseline. The baseline jump shot for Walk is no good, and Bing goes up high for the rebound for Detroit. Boy, both teams have gone quiet here since we tied the score at 94. 5.5 minutes to play. It's tightening up here on the court. They look inside to Curtis Rowe. Rowe on the low block with the leader in close is good. Curtis Rowe breaks the tie. He's got 11 points on the night. Detroit up 96-94. 5 minutes to play. Charlie Scott out on top, wants to attack. He drives into the lane. He goes to his right. He lays it up. It's around the rim and off. Scott gets his own rebound off the miss. He's got no place to go in the middle of the tall trees, and he tries to get it back out on top to reset the offense. Under 5 to play. Phoenix still trails by 2. It's Scott from the outside, dumping it into Green in the paint. Green shoots and scores. Lanier got a piece of that one on the way up, but it still went through, and we're tied at 96. 4:36 to play. Inside they look again to Curtis Rowe. Back to the basket. Turns, shoots, and scores. They like that mismatch in there against Lamar Green. They're working that down in the low block, and Curtis Rowe has come up strong on the last 2 possessions. He's now got 13. Detroit is back on top by 2. 98-96. Question from Todd B. in the chat room. Do you call everything for both? I just call both offenses, and I let the computer play whatever defense is called by the computer. So I run both offenses. All right, Phoenix with possession. Trailing by 2 as we approach the 4-minute mark to play in the game. The ball's in the hands of Van Arsdale on the outside. His jump shot is good. Once again, we're tied. 16 points on the night now for Van Arsdale. A very balanced scoring attack for the Suns. They've got 5 guys in double figures. All between 12 and 17 points. Detroit now looks inside to Lance. Probably not the shot that they want. Lance looks to pass. Can't find anybody to help. Throws up the shot off the front rim, no good, but he is fouled on the play by Calhoun. And the 9,000 referees in the stands here at Veterans Memorial Coliseum did not like that call. That will send Stu Lance to the line for 2 shots. First shot by Lance is good. That puts Detroit back on top with 4 minutes, 1 second to play in the ball game. It's a nail biter, says Dave Gardner. Lance misses the second, and the rebound is taken out of there by Lamar Green. Chalk up a double-double for Green with 12 points and 10 rebounds. Phoenix with a chance to go back on top. Scott working on Bing. Scott from the outside drives to the basket. Bing forces him to redirect, and Scott can't get a shot off. Nicely done on the defensive side by Bing. Detroit with the basketball now and a 1-point lead. 99-98. What will the Pistons do now? It's Bing on the outside. It's tipped away and stolen by Scott. So it was Bing winning on the defense on the last possession. Scott winning on the defense this time. Scott wants to go coast to coast with it. He dumps it off to Van Arsdale. Back to Scott. Scott lays it up and good.
Charlie Scott.
Scott with 18 points now to lead the Suns, and Phoenix is on top by 1. 199. 3 minutes to play. Lanier has it on the baseline. The open man at the free throw line is Mengelt. Mengelt shoots from 15 and scores.
Mengelt.
John Mengelt stepping up to put Detroit back on top. 3 minutes to play. 101-100. The ball is in the hands of Scott. Scott being guarded tightly by Bing. He wants to attack once again. Whistle on the play, and Scott is fouled by Rowe. Rowe reached in as Scott drove by. That is a non-shooting foul. Third team foul on Detroit. And Phoenix will have a side out, trailing by 1 with 2:45 to play. Calhoun to inbound. They dump it inside to Walk. Walk comes off a screen. He's got a mismatch with Dave Bing on him down low. The spin left by Walk. He shoots and scores. And it is Phoenix back on top. 102-101. 2.5 to play. It's Lance on the outside for Detroit, but he left the jump shot short. We've got a whistle, and Calhoun hit him on the hand. And Stu Lance will go back to the free throw line for the Pistons. In the crunch, 2:14 to play. Lance hits the first, and we are tied. Lance hits them both.
Lance hit the free throw.
Lance now with 10 points. Detroit on top, 103-102. Can Phoenix answer? They run the 1-4 with Van Arsdale out on top. He's got a look against Mengelt. The perimeter jump shot by Van Arsdale is off target. And the rebound is taken by Lanier for the Pistons. We're under 2 minutes to play. Detroit leading by 1 with the basketball. Phoenix needs a stop here. It's Lance on the outside. He's got it in his favorite spot. And he scores it from the wing. 12 now for Stu Lance. He's been huge down the stretch. Detroit now up by 3. 105-102. Scott with it on the outside. Guarded by Bing. Barrels right into Bing. Bing flops. And no, that is not a flop. That is an offensive foul on Scott, and that is costly. My goodness, Scott just barreled over Bing. He scored the layup, but the referees wave it off, and they give the ball back to Detroit on the charge. The fans here in Phoenix are furious, as is Phoenix coach Jerry Colangelo. As Jim Connell now is in the chat room. Welcome to you, my friend. We are in a close ball game. Detroit leading by 3 now with 1.5 minutes to play, and Detroit in possession. The pass goes to Mengelt on the outside. 16 on the shot clock. Mengelt's going to try and get it down low to Lanier. Lanier's going to be confronted by a double team down there. He kicks it back out to Lance. Lance wide open from the perimeter, shoots and scores. What a fourth quarter for Stu Lance. He has given Detroit a 5-point lead with 1:20 to play. 107-102. Phoenix has to hurry, but it's not time to panic. They set up the outside look for Van Arsdale. The jump shot by Van Arsdale comes off the rim, no good. And Bing takes the rebound for Detroit. Phoenix has gone cold here down the stretch. Detroit with the numbers in transition, but Bing is going to pull up.
Foul is on Stovall. Second personal, 15.
And set up the offense, but we've got a whistle and a foul as Stovall grabs Mengelt in the backcourt, and Mengelt will go to the free throw line for Detroit. Detroit has the opportunity to ice this one from the charity stripe, but Mengelt missed the first. The second shot by Mengelt is good. That puts Detroit up by 6, 108-102. And that was originally announced as a 2-shot foul, but it looks like Mengelt's going to get a bonus. It's going to be 3 to make 2 here for Mengelt as he hits the bonus.
Mengelt made the free throw.
And that's huge because that gives Detroit a 7-point lead. That makes it a 4-possession game. This is before the era of the 3-point shot. So whatever Phoenix is going to do here, they need to do quickly. Charlie Scott with the basketball. Sends it over to Van Arsdale on the wing. Cross courts it to Calhoun for the open look. Calhoun can't connect. The struggles continue for Phoenix. Green takes the rebound. Green with a putback attempt. Can't find the shot. Passes it back out to the point. It comes inside, comes out to Scott. Passing it all over the place. Green misses again. And this time Stu Lance takes the rebound for Detroit. A huge fourth quarter for Stu Lance. And a huge clutch rebound there as Detroit leads by 7 with 36 seconds to play. Detroit's going to work some clock, but Scott grabs Bing for the foul, and Scott fouls out of the game. It'll be 3 to make 2 for Dave Bing. Bing still the leading scorer in the contest with 27. Make it 28 as he connects on the first. And Bing hits the second. He's got 29 points, and the Detroit lead is 9, 111-102. As Todd B says, how did the NBA ever survive without the three-pointer? It certainly has been a game changer, especially since guys like Steph Curry and Damian Lillard come along who can not only shoot threes, but they can shoot them from as far away as they want to. Phoenix working quickly. It's going to be Haskins. Haskins with the basketball, defended by Bing. Sends it over to Van Arsdale. The jump shot is good. That cuts the lead to 7. 111-104. 26 seconds to play. Detroit's in no hurry. They get it inside to Rowe, and he's fouled by Haskins.
Foul is on Haskins, his second personal.
That'll be 2 shots for Rowe. Only a 64% free throw shooter, but he hits the first.
Rowe hits the first.
Rowe misses the second, but the offensive rebound is collected by Bob Lanier, and that will give Detroit the opportunity to run out the clock here. Not going to happen as Bing is fouled by Van Arsdale. Bing goes to the line with 3 to make 2. And as Bing hits the first one, it is now a 30-point performance for Dave Bing. Boy, Detroit has really come up strong here in the fourth quarter tonight. As Bing hits the second, and the Pistons now lead by 10. And if you're just joining us, this is a relegation league, and Detroit is in need of every victory they can get to prevent from being demoted from Silver Division to Bronze Division play in the upcoming 73-74 season. We may not select pass with the quick shot option turned on. We're just going to hammer the ball over to Van Arsdale. They can't find Van Arsdale. Green forces one up. That's no good. Lanier with another rebound for the Pistons. Pistons want to walk it back. And they'd like to be able to hold the ball here. This is like a 13-2 run for Detroit, says Jim Connell. Yeah, we'll check that out as when we look at the fourth quarter box score. They're going to let Bing hold the ball. 16 seconds on the clock. Rowe now killing some time. He passed it out to Bing. Bing wants to kill some time. And this is where this software package gets a little frustrating. You've got so many clicks to get through just the last few seconds of action. And with 2 seconds to play, we got to go through that whole sequence again. Hold the ball, Bing. Select the defense, and Bing runs out the clock. All right, that's your ball game. Detroit comes off the mat with a 35-21 outburst in the final quarter to take this game by a 10-point margin, 114-104. Game was much closer than the final score looks, as Detroit was able to ice it from the free throw line.
11 rebounds.
Your leading scorer is Dave Bing, 31 points to go with 7 assists and 6 rebounds. Nice night for the Hall of Famer. The other Hall of Famer, Lanier, 13 points, 13 rebounds, as Detroit put a total of 7 guys in double figures. Good performance, especially in that fourth quarter. Neil Walk led the Suns with 19. 18 apiece for Scott and Van Arsdale before Scott fouled out. Where do I get my pictures? I download my own pictures, Todd. I just go out onto the internet. There is a function within Action PC Basketball that will help you with those downloads. And if you want to hang on after we finish the box score, I can show you how to do that more easily. So here's the tail of the tape. And you can see the statistics were very even on both sides. The biggest lead, Detroit 10 at the end of the game. 6 lead changes, 5 ties. And here is the scoring by, or the game flow. And let's take a look at that fourth quarter run. As the quarter started with Detroit trailing by 4. They got down by 5, and then went on an 8-0 run to take the lead. The game went back and forth until it was tied at 98 for the final time. Detroit goes up 1. Phoenix goes up. Phoenix was up 102-101 with 2:28 to play, and Detroit reeled off 10 straight points. So yeah, that was a 10-0 run for Detroit in the final 2 minutes of play. And it was Stu Lance with 6 of those points right in a row. That 6-point outburst by Stu Lance was what took the game from Phoenix on top by 1 to Detroit taking control and heading to the free throw line to finish it. You're scoring by quarter. Lance with those 7 big points in the fourth period. Bing with 6. Norwood with 6. As Detroit put up 35 in the fourth quarter to win this one going away. All right, so we will exit here. We'll take a quick look at the standings. As there's a 3-way tie on top of the gold division. Detroit and Philadelphia are now tied for the 4th spot to avoid relegation there. And in the bronze division, it is Portland and Buffalo battling it out. Boston will obviously get moved up to silver, and then whichever team between Portland and Buffalo comes out on top, we'll look at that game next week as those two teams square off with a promotion spot on the line. All right, so that is the standings here. We'll move out of the game score. Okay, now let's take a look for Todd's benefit at how we upload pictures into the game. So we'll click on one of the teams. We'll click on Boston, and you can see here all of the Boston players have pictures except for Mark Minor. I could not find a Mark Minor picture, but let's go to Havlicek, for example. And if we call up Havlicek, we can see his photograph here. And if we click on the photograph, it will show us all of the available photographs in our player photos directory. And if we don't have, and we can assign a different photograph to Havlicek off of this list, or we can click on this button and find John Havlicek photos online. If I click on the Find Photos Online button, that opens up my web browser with a Google search of images for John Havlicek basketball. And I just go to images and I look around and I find the one I like best. I try to get the right jersey on the right player, and then you can come back in and set the photos. You have to exit out of the game entirely in order for this directory to refresh. So when you come back in here, you won't see the new Havlicek photo until you exit entirely out of Action PC Basketball and come back in. So that is how you add photos to a given player. You can exit here and just go to the next player, the next player, the next player, and just keep clicking on the photos. Yeah, it does take some time, but it's worth it. And what I typically do, Todd, is that every time I start a new season, I want to get every team on the channel for a game. So I'll just do the photos for the two teams that are going to be on the schedule on any given Friday night. And yeah, that may take a half an hour or so to go through and get everybody loaded up with photographs. But I just do two teams before each broadcast. And by the season's end, where we're at now, we've got photos up for every player. So yeah, glad that was helpful to you. And with that, I will say, any other questions, Todd, before we sign off here? Thanks to Todd for coming in. Jim Connell, Captain Carl 8, nice to see you. Dave Gardner, always a pleasure. Philip Reynolds, a privilege to have you here tonight. Head Supton was here. Frank Wainscott came in for some basketball action and, of course, the wrestling update. Al, Red Sox fan. And I think that is everybody who was able to join us here in the chat room tonight. As once again, your final score, Detroit 114, Phoenix 104. The Pistons now pull into a tie for the fourth spot in the Silver Division. And we will be back next Friday night with more action from the Epic Basketball League. And, of course, tomorrow night, Heartland Championship Wrestling here on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. So thank you again to everybody who checked things out here tonight. That's our stream, and I am out of here.